Alright, welcome back everyone. So here's the standings for the blind division, which is the coolest division. So in first place we have myself with 4 points. With 3 points we have Alkor, Macrain and Turambar. With 2 points we have Greatestness, Unhindered. And with 1 point we have Manta, JohnnyB, Man, and Reindell's first win is still coming. But I have a good feeling for tonight. Maybe. We'll see. So here's the match for tonight. Alright, it's me again. Unfortunately, Cheesy couldn't do the prediction tonight, but please don't leave. I'll try to make it interesting anyway. So from Alkor's side, I'm choosing Raph, Barret and Raryu, mostly because I'm wary of the biggest threat on Johnny's side. On his side, I think that he's going to go with Skal, Naya and Dario. For Alkor, I went on the bulk side because I want her to be able to tank most of damage, while my 2 missile units are doing all the damage from afar. On Johnny's side, it's mostly because Skal is good on this map because of how the map is configured. The objects really help him to stay safe, and he has a very long range attacks, so he can shoot from afar from a safe distance. Alright, so let's see if I'm as bad as Cheesy. Alright, so for this first match we have Alkor against JohnnyB. So on Alkor's side we have Raldor, Barret and Lucia. On JohnnyB's side we have Skal, Miranda and Murmur. So let's see how it went.
Alright, coming out from Alkor's side, I see that he's running the double missile with Raldor as a tank. It looks like, unfortunately, Raldor, not being known for his magic resistance, might go down to the Skahal and Miranda coming out over from JohnnyB's side. Miranda having the elemental advantage and also dealing magic damage is going to be really hard for that Raldor to overcome. Skahal getting his, tried and true re-raise buff off of, so he gets that infinite life. Barret getting his courage off, everyone getting off all their survivability buffs. Raldor probably isn't in range yet, getting in another buff, but he should be in, definitely in range to get hit next turn. So he's gonna start doing his tanking job. I was talking about him being a tank, but also he can deal out some good damage too. So if he can actually dish out some damage, he can help out those ranged units in the back. Murmur getting off the haste onto herself, which is kind of surprising. I usually see her buff her teammates first. So,
well, good for
Lucia
her
also
because
getting
she's really slow.
That's true. That's a very good point. All right, Skahal should be able to deal the first damage coming up right here. Let's see how much this does on the Raldor.
In one tick, one shot.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
good.
that's expected.
Yeah, unfortunately. So we have a quicken going on Murmur. So Murmur is going next. She's only channeling, probably another fast cast. So we have a buff coming from Barret going forward. So we have the buff coming from Murmur. Yes, it was a fast cast. So next is Lucia. Does she have the range? I don't think so. Oh yes, she have. Okay, so man, wow.
Nice.
Okay.
Yep.
So retaliation. Oh, we have
just like
Miranda
that, we're into a
next.
2v2.
Yeah, Dispelling Trust. Oh, so the majority of the damage has been done. So now we have Skal going next, probably killing killing both at the same time. And yes, okay, courage coming from Barret, but he has 2 units to kill, so I don't think it's feasible. And the counter from Skal. Oh, Lord.
The classic.
That was a fast-paced game.
Yeah, this map I think we're gonna see a lot of fast-paced games on this map. This being the first one that we're shoutcasting definitely is gonna be indicative, I think, of the rest of the matches for this series.
I think the key of the match was the map.
Yeah, the map is very strange for this one. It's really short, and like I said, Skahal with his AoE attacks I think every single one of his AoE attacks did cap damage. And you have a map this small, Skahal is going to really thrive, because that's one of the main things. Having a nice flat surface and having the units group up together, that's just a recipe for Skahal to do well.
I understand why Alkor went with Raldor, because he needed an engager. But the thing is that what I saw with this map is that it's really easy to stay in the middle, be protected by this thing with the grass in the way. Stay in the lower ground and then shoot missiles or magic bullets from afar. I think that it was really a great strategy coming from JohnnyB.
Yep, and just like you were mentioning, I think it's also a great strategy from Alkor. I think the ranged units could have done very well. You saw how fast they took out Murmur. It was just Skahal was able to close the gap a little too quickly.
Yeah, I'll give him the key of the match because he killed 2 units at the same time.
Oh yeah, and Raul, he took out everyone. Miranda and Murmur were just kind of chilling. I mean, Miranda did the dispelling thrust, but other than that, yeah, Skahal kind of carried everything.
Alright, GG for both guys, and congratulations to JohnnyB.
Yep, GG's.
Hey, it's me again. For this prediction, I have for Reindell's side, Keaton, Alwyn Frederica, and Nasha. On Unhindered side, I have More the Merrier, Kefka, and Zazan. For Reindell's side, it's mostly because the biggest threat on Unhindered side are Lightning, and because even Kefka and Snow, Urel, they're not the most accurate unit, so I think that evasion could give him the winning edge. Also, the map is a little too small for missile. I don't think that it's the right map for it. I will prefer to go with a little more bulk with a tank to distract the enemy team. On Unhindered side, it's about the same, so I have Zazan to distract the enemy team, especially if he's running missile, and I want More the Merrier and Kefka to buff themselves and be very bulky and be able to do accurate missile from afar. So let's see if I was right. Hi everyone, so now we have Unhindered against Reindell. So on Unhindered side we have Rain, Esther and Phoebe. On Reindell side we have Cherries, Keaton and Frederica. So I must say congratulations Reindell on your first win. I'm sorry.
Come on, man.
But it doesn't look good.
Oh, I guess this is. It's gonna be a hard match for Unhindered here. Running into 2 evade units, and not only that, having the elemental disadvantage in Esther, it's gonna be rough. I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna need to see Rain have the accuracy to be able to hit these units, and he's also gonna need to deal enough damage too. So, yeah, he has his work cut out for him.
Yeah, but it's 2 of the most inaccurate units against 2 of the most evasive units.
Like I said, he's gonna have his work cut out for him. It's gonna be oh no, yeah, that's a bad start. He was definitely in range for an attack there, but it did not have the accuracy, it looks like.
At least damage isn't there yet. So now we'll see with Frederica going forward. So we have our first attack, real attack, so LB. Let's see the damage. Okay, not so much, but now he won't attack. This time it's true.
Yeah, he's official.
So quicken next, Rain probably going to heal himself. Next we have Cherries. She's probably in range to attack. So piercing arrow, not much damage. So the team is pretty evasive, but there's no damage. Oh, it was asleep, right?
Yeah, that was asleep. If that lands, oh well. Never mind.
Not anymore.
But if his sleep landed, then they'd be able to land some hits, which would have been great, because that would have brought down their evasion. Revitalize
coming from Frederica. Next we have another. Oh, okay, full life this time. Oh, it worked. So 3 full units. All right. So it's good for Unhindered. So Shadowbrand misses the Keaton. Next we have Charita again. She's safe in our corner. Our LB coming next. What level damage are we going to see? Okay, really not much damage. Oh, but it did a big chunk of damage on Phoebe though. So we have Keaton's going next, Defibrillator killing that Phoebe. Now we have Frederica. Razor Hedge. Oh, a lot of damage on that Rain. Jamming Truss. So a lot of damage on that Cherries too. And now we have Esther. Is she going to hit somebody? Stormbrand. Oh yeah. Yes. Okay, so he has the accuracy at least coming from Esther. So Keaton's going next. Drain Force again. Oh, that's going to be tough if she's going to Drain Force all the fight long. All fight long.
Yeah.
So triple hit.
3v1.
Cherries. Frederica going next. Razor Hedge again and killing the Esther. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, like I mentioned before, it was going to be a hard one to overcome. It's you got some inaccurate units, very evasive units on the other side, and the elemental disadvantage. It was a very hard fight from Unhindered just from the lineup.
Yeah, we were talking about it before the fight, and we were like, yeah, it's going to be really difficult. Sorry for me being a little silly, Unhindered.
Yeah, sometimes you just get the rough matchups. You can't prep for them all, and yeah, it just happened to be that this team was very, very solid against Unhindered's lineup.
Yeah. So the key of the match was luck. A lot of luck stats coming from Reindell's team.
You got the luck stats, you got the luck in the team prep. No, I'm just joking. There's definitely some skill in the team prep.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Reindell definitely chose the right team to bring in here. So that was a huge congrats to Reindell in both the team prep and the execution, because that team worked out beautifully too.
So GG to both players, and congratulations, Reindell, on your first win.
Yeah, GG's.
Alright, so for this prediction, here's my train of thought. So on Moangman's side, I'm thinking like, alright, I want to use this terrain at my advantage, and I want to drag the enemy team to me. So something like Astrius, Whisper, and Naya is a good team, because Whisper can drag the enemy in the center, while Astrius is only shooting a barrage of cross destruction to hit every enemies, even if they think that they are safe. Otherwise, probably something like Astrius, Wbel, and maybe Shadow Lynx go on the more evasive route, while the two evasive units are giving a show. Again, Astrius can shoot from afar and kill everyone. So it's a pretty big deal for me. On my end, I saw that in Moangman's side we have pretty much no magic users, so I'm going to go with the 2 tanks and Bradley to be able to distract him. And I'm praying that Bradley is not caught in some AoEs. So let's see if I was right. Alright, so next match we have myself against Moangman. So on my side we have Zazan, Engelbert, and Bradley. On Moangman's side we have Dealdo, Luarta, and Y'shtola. Funny fact, during the analysis video I was saying that I would really like to see that team, because I thought that it was really cool, and for that only reason Moangman bring this team against me. But the thing is that it was probably the worst team possible against my team. So let's see how it went.
Yeah, like you were saying, like I can definitely see where you're coming from with the Bradley and 2 tanks to soak up all the damage. Just let him sit in the back lines and do his thing. But like you mentioned, Malgan Man bringing in the a super amazing tank in Dealdo to soak up some of that damage. Also being Earth Element, he might have on the Earth Ring to soak up even more. And then the Wind unit just to really give it to Bradley right there. So it'll be a case of whether the tanks are able to hold aggro and stay alive long enough for Bradley to be able to deal his damage, or whether Bradley might get caught up in AoEs and get taken out early. Because if Bradley goes down, it's going to be hard for your team to find the damage. Oh, and the
first one to go down is Y'shtola.
Yep.
And no charm from Zazan this time. And this isn't really looking good for me, because Bradley didn't had time to use a second buff, and also that Engelbert is really weak to piercing, so he didn't tank very well, but at least Zazan tanked pretty well that hit. Very low damage, so now we have Bradley, momentum coming from him. I'm surprised at this moment that he didn't have the reach to attack. I was really relieved, because he really needed that buff. So now we have Luarta's LB, going to reduce pierce damage even more, which was really overkill. And now we have Zazan, so healing down on Dealdo. Dealdo going next. Who is he going to attack? So he is going to finish off my Engelbert. So now we have lonely Zazan against everyone. So Bradley doing a big chunk of damage on Moangman's team, but Luarta's going next, and she's going to hit my Bradley. Yes, nearly one-shotting him, but he left, so he's going again and calculate the rain and killing the whole team.
Wow. That was such a close match.
Yeah.
Man, I was on the edge of my seat all the way up until the end. And because Bradley ended that with only 6 AP, so he would have had to buff or something to be able to get in another attack, and he wouldn't have had the time for that.
Yeah.
So that really came down to the wire.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because that Zazan didn't add any 8, so I don't think he will have been able to 2v1.
Yeah, definitely not. If Malgaman got us another turn with either Dialdo or Luartha,
Yeah.
I think it would have been curtains.
Yeah, in the end, it was a really, really close match. So I have to give the key of the match to the momentum buff.
Yep, and funny enough, when you mentioned, I have to check and see, I'd have to count the tiles, but when you said you weren't in range, I think it's because that lamppost might have been the center point of your calculated rend, and he can't target that lamppost. So if that's the case, then that lamppost gets key of the match for me. Oh. Because I agree, that momentum buff definitely helped you lap and helped you chain with yourself to deal the damage needed for those 2 units.
So another key of the match to the map.
Yep, exactly. That's very true.
Alright, that was a nice match, and nice meeting you, Mangman. That was really nice talking to you.
Yeah, of course, GG's to both players, and congrats to Numero.
Hey, it's me again. So, for this prediction, on Turambar's side I have Edward, Raldor, and Mariluke. On Greatestness side I have Reagan, Miranda, and Murmur. On Turambar's side I'm running this comp simply because I can. And I'll probably be wary of Reagan, but I'll have Raldor as a fire unit to be able to mitigate that damage. My team is going to be very bulky and do a lot of damage. On Greatestness side, I'm going for Reagan because I'm anticipating Edward, and I'm bringing also Miranda to be able to one-shot that potential Raldor, and Murmur to gather speed even faster. So I have Miranda and Murmur that will be able to cast fast casts, and also I'll have the quicken option from Miranda. So a lot of damage from afar from both Miranda and Murmur, and I think that I'm pretty much covered. So let's see if I was right. Alright, so next match we have Greatestness against Turambar. So on Greatestness side we have Cloud, Mariel, and Sakura. On Turambar side we have Murmur, Ferris, and Miranda. So let's see how this match went.
Yeah, I don't know if Greatestness predicted this team coming out from Turambar, but he has the lightning unit in Cloud, and also Sakura has a lightning attack in her kit, so this could be very good elementally for Greatestness, and also having the mixture of physical and magic attacks could be huge. So that's a nice early lead for Greatestness, but nothing going to count out this Turambar team because we already know how strong the Red Mage team is going to be. So even with that, I'm still like really hesitant to give the edge to Greatestness just because of how strong Turambar's team is going to be. So concentration buff coming out from Cloud, giving some agility up.
So fast cast from Murmur. I have to give a thumbs up to Greatestness to have guessed right the team that Turambar was going to bring, because the first TMR that was used was Oceanic Protection, I think, from Glaciella, and it has water resist up. Oh, but that sleep is really big.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh, okay. But at least she wasn't going to go next, and big damage coming from Cloud, and not much HP that was recovered from Miranda. So we have Sakura going next, probably killing that Miranda. I don't think she had time to buff Courage.
Oh,
okay, Courage removed.
She did, but it was removed.
It settles it. So now we have Paris. What level of damage can she do? So Hell B going next, and we have. Okay. That's a lot of damage still on with the elemental advantage. So Faris going next now.
She lapped.
Oh, killing both. Oh wow, that's big.
Yeah, the lapping was huge. Yep, that was massive.
And I don't think that Mariel's going to have the damage, unfortunately.
Yeah. Like I mentioned, I'm not counting out this Red Mage team ever. Even with the elemental disadvantage, I knew it was going to be a hard fight from the start. That's wild.
So we will not be able to see a double disable.
Not this match.
Oh,
Man.
damn.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
I'll have to give the key of the match to Speed from Turambar side.
Oh yeah, for sure. That Ferris being able to lap with herself was huge. Because I think does the limit burst give CT down or CT up? I think. I'm not sure, but I saw like just the haste on the Ferris was just huge. Being able to lap with herself and deal the damage needed.
Mm-hmm.
It's reminiscent of your match. So that was just ridiculous.
Yeah, that's too bad because I think that Greatestness had the right formation with the right strategy. The only thing that's missing is maybe a little bit of speed. Little lead at the bolts, TMR will have been great for agility up, maybe momentum for Cloud to give him ace. It was really a matter of speed in the end.
Yeah, I think so too. Like I said, I think Greatestness had an amazing team comp, but the speed from Ferris being able to lap with herself was too much to handle.
Yeah, because the resistances were there at the beginning. The whole team was able to take 2 hits.
Yeah, in fact, they were able to take from Miranda and then also from Ferris, and they were still at about half health. So
Yeah.
the resistance was there. It's just the speed wasn't.
Well, GG to both players and congratulations to Turambar.
GG to both players.
Alright, so last prediction. On Macrane's side, I'm predicting Mariel, Sadeli, and Yerma. On Manta's side, I'm predicting Flagbearer, Glaciella, Engelbert, and Slime. On Macrane's side, I'm hoping that he's going to bring Dark, so I could tank it with Mariel. And I'll have Sadeli and Yerma for some sustain. Sadeli's either good for defense, for offense, for healing, and as charm. And Yerma, we all know how powerful she can be. On Manta's side, I'm expecting that Mariel, so I'll hope that he won't bring this Valet, and I'm going to go with Flagbearer Glaciera anyway, and with Engelbert as a tank. Slime will act as a support and heal this bulky team as long as the fight goes. So, let's see if I was right. Alright, so next we have Manta against Macrane. So on Manta's side we have Dia, Perrine, and Curie. On Macrane's side we have Barrett, Sadeli, and Valet. So let's see how it went.
All right, over from Manta's side, we got the ice and water synergy. Maybe running some of those dark VCs to get that, like I said, that nice VC synergy there. Macrane bringing the same team that I think he brought last week.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that would be really interesting to see. I'm curious as how much Barrett's going to be able to tank the Perrine here and the Dea, but ultimately, I'm just curious to see how these teams are going to match up against each other. But Ice Vitalization coming out, giving some Protect, which is going to be huge in this match. And then a little Ice Resistance against the Curry could be nice. But the Frostbite coming out from the Curry could be huge if it does land. Oh. Saw some Frostbites.
It did not land on the Barret though.
Okay, that's good.
So both magic units have Frostbite, but not the tank slash DPS.
Yeah, which is the important one, unless the match goes for super, super long. So
yeah, absolutely.
We might be okay.
So we have sweet support, so agility up coming from Valet. So next is Barret, so Iron Body Stance, so defense up. And I didn't see, did it give him courage? Is it the one? And
I don't think that one does. He has a separate buff that does, but I don't think that was the one.
So very low damage coming either from Dea and Curie. And now we have, evasion up coming from Manta on that Perrine, so it is an evasive Perrine. So next is Sadeli, so Indoctrination, nearly killing that Dia, but not yet. It could be big. Next we have Valet, he's probably going to heal. So next is, so Kira, yeah, so they are all full F, or nearly. Barret coming next, overcharge, killing that Dia, was expected of course, and now we have Curry going again. He doesn't have AP though. It's a critical hit, so now he has 41 AP, which is big. Vortex kick, not doing much damage, so again we have a very bulky team coming from Macrane, and no one's surprised. So now we have the LB coming from Sadeli. Is it going to charge? Yes.
Oh wow, yeah, okay.
But I think that it's going to be it anyway, so it won't matter anyway. And next we have Valet, probably another heal. Again, we have Barret coming next. So not much heal on Barret, but Sadeli is full F again. And we have a shot coming from Barret. Not much damage, unfortunately, for Manta. Next we have Curry and another Frostmob barrage falling down on everyone. And not much damage. Again, we have no Frostbite on that Barret.
Oh, okay.
So Perrine killing Valet, nearly killing that Barret, but he had Courage. Indoctrination killing that Curry. Next one is Barret to finish off his opponent. And victory!
Yeah, and even if he didn't, Sadeli was next in the turn order, so man, that was actually closer than I expected it to be, given seeing Perrine's damage at the start. But yeah, like I said, if she was able to get another turn, I think she could have done some serious damage to at least, at least taking out the Barret and then taking Sadeli to around half. But yeah, the writing was kind of on the wall from the beginning.
The bulk on that team. Manta reached me and told me that Barret was running Dark Bahamut on him, so that's why he was so resistant to it. So again, we have a case where McRain is able to predict the enemy team and prepare a strategy to counter it.
It actually is. I mean, Dark Bahamut does give good offensive stats, but for a ranged tank like Barret, I wouldn't jump to Dark Bahamut for either of those categories. So yeah, that was a good call out from McRain. Yeah, him not getting frostbitten was huge given how much damage he ended up doing throughout the match. So that was definitely a good call for the frostbite.
Yeah, I got to give the key of the match to overall bulk, because even if Sadeli had been able to take a little bit more damage, it's still, like you see on the screen, Barret still have 1 HP, so it wouldn't have mattered. The whole team was bulky enough to sustain until the end and do damage greedily.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. The bulk was there, just like last time around with this team. The bulk was very surprising, and you're able to live for such a long time and still deal some good damage. So once again, the team is surprising me.
Yeah, it wasn't a one-shot fest, but it's how McRain likes his team. Very bulky, with a lot of sustain, and 3-0 fight.
Yeah, that was a good match. Like I said, I was scared with the frostbite from the beginning, but yeah, it ended up going in McRain's favor.
So GG to both players, and congratulations to McRain.
GG's.
Hi everyone, here's the standings for the blind division. So in first place we have myself with 5 points. After that we have McRain and Turambar with 4 points, Alkor with 3 points, JohnnyB, Greatestness and Unhindered with 2 points, Manta, Reindell and Moingman with 1 point. So congratulations again to Reindell for getting his first point. So it's pretty tight. I mean, for the 6th place we still have a big war between all those bottom 6 players at least. So anything can still happen. McRain and Turambar can still miss the playoff, and Reindell and Moingman can still reach that top 2 and 3 spot. So let's see how it goes for the rest of the tournament. And I wish good luck to all the players. So thank you everyone, thanks for listening again, and see you in the next video.